Fernandez looking fly. Is fly still a word? Is that what we still use?
I don't know. The kids these days have words like Riz, and that kind of stuff. But hey, we out here in Vegas.
I typically hate a lot of the slang words that the kids come up with, but I like Riz, dude. The fact that it stands for charisma, it's a great term.
It is Riz God. I love it.
You at the Strat right now?
Yeah, I am. Strat.
Very nice, man.
Yep, the Remix Lounge. So, getting it early. Sin City never sleeps, baby.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. You're at the Strat, man. They got that big ass dispensary next door.
They do. Yep.
And the wedding.
I know what I'd be doing after the drinks. Go and you get a little buzz, go and get a little faded, and then you go visit your girl.
That's wrong with that.
We'll talk about my new son today. His name is David.
Oh, okay. Jones Garcia?
Jones Garcia Jimenez.
Jones Jimenez? Yeah, Jones Garcia Jimenez. I like that guy, man. He's a firecracker.
And we got the usual suspects here. We got Jonathan Perez, Mario Cavazos, Jesse A joining us. Mario's already saying Friday, and we don't give a damn.
Spurs running the Sixers out of the gym last night, baby.
There's a guy next to me said that he ruined his parlay. I said, good.
Welcome to another episode of the Area 210 podcast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast to you live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Area 210 podcast coming at you. My name is Mike Jimenez. I'm in Conroe, Texas. Joe Garcia is in the studio in San Antonio, Texas. And right there in the middle, at the Stratosphere in Las Vegas, Nevada, where the summer league is going on right now. You know what? It is perfect to meet with Fernandez today because you're in Vegas on 7-11 on July 11th right now. It's a lucky day. Spurs kick ass last night in the summer league, won by 41 points. Fernandez was in the middle of it all. We saw that photo of you on social media with R.C. Buford, with Bryant, Wright, all those guys. Here's the thing, man. Before we get to Fernandez, you can get a correspondent anywhere from KSAT, KENS, WOAI, KABB, but you know what? They're going to talk the company line, man. They're not going to rock the boat when it comes to anything. The correspondent that you need to have for something like this at a summer league in Las Vegas is someone like Fernandez, who's going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth when it comes to the Spurs. Fernandez, welcome to the show, my man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, brother. It's good to see you, Mike. Good to see Joe. Good to see all the Nesters in the chat. Hey, it's Vegas, baby. Sin City never sleeps. You know what I'm saying? It was epic yesterday. We'll get into that. We'll talk about my time, and we'll talk about the Summer League. Spurs ruining parlays out there. But, yeah, man, it's great, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, man, it's always good to have Fernandez, and we got to talk about his conversation with the Spurs front office. It's like he's part of the front office. He's like that picture that he's like this with the finger, and he's got the belt on there. It's like, hey, mother,
Epic, man.
Very nice. Our chat is up and running, powered by P.F. Chang's La Cantera. We're excited to have them as our new sponsor. P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Again, we're going to have a charity drive sometime towards the end of the month for the victims of the Kerrville floods. We'll have more details when it comes to that next week, but we're going to be talking about the Spurs today, man, because the Spurs, it's kind of hard to get hyped up for a summer league game, right? And the big name is David Jones Garcia. Had back-to-back stellar games with 25 points each in Golden State at the California Summer League, right? But back then, there was nobody in the crowd. They didn't sell any tickets. It was an empty gym. It reminded me of the COVID years, right, the bubble years, where there was nobody in the gym. And I thought to myself, okay, now the lights are on. The lights are on. The varsity squad's in the house. You see Wemby out there, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sohan. You see a bunch of Spurs out there, RC, new head coach Mitch Johnson, everybody's there. Brian Wright's there, right? What is David Jones Garcia going to do when the lights are shining in Sin City? And he lit it up, man. 24 points, 9 of 12 shooting. Most of those points in the first half, by the way. He looks amazing right now. We have a poll on Twitter right now asking the question, does he deserve a two-way spot on this team or a legit full contract roster spot on this team? Last I checked the poll, it was like 50-50. Fernandez, what says you, man? What do you think? Does he deserve a full roster spot at this point?
So, I mean, David Jones Garcia was balling, like you said. He was balling in Cali. He was balling out there yesterday with the squad. Actually, funny story about him. At the beginning of the game, when the first time somebody went to the line, I yelled 2 shots, and David Jones Garcia like turned around. Like he was like, "Who said that?" You know. And I wish we would have got it on camera, but it was classic. But he's balling, man. He's lighting the court up. He's fearless. He's a little bit older, right? So he probably has some more maturity and locker room presence type stuff. It's tough. It's tough with these guys because you don't want to get overly confident or overly excited about a certain guy in summer league. And it's funny because coming from me, I am the positive guy, and I think Tavares said something about no Fernandez totes still does the company line or whatever you're saying. Mm-hmm. First of all, Tavares, you don't even know me, dog. So I don't even know why you're talking. But either way, neither here nor there. I am Mr. Positive, but I also you got to be realistic too, right? I think he'd still be a end of the bench guy that doesn't play. You know what I mean? And let's be real here, right? You see these guys that light it up in summer league and do these things, but then you find a guy like Gary Neal. Gary Neal came out of the summer league years ago, and no one knew who he was. He was undrafted, and he was older, and that's what he kind of reminds me of. But he's even more explosive than Gary Neal. I mean, I think, right? But I'm saying his story and what's going on with him kind of reminds me of Gary Neal. We saw Jonathan Simmons years ago come out of nowhere and earn a spot. I think at least a two-way. I think it's a two-way, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I just, there's a lot of quality folks that aren't on a roster that could probably earn one of those full-time roster spots. But he's definitely at least a two-way. I think he should get a two-way. It's almost like on the line. He's between a two-way and a full roster spot. I think.
Yeah,
but
I think minimum is two-way. Minimum is two-way, yeah. Right? Because if he doesn't deserve that, why are you even having the summer league, right?
Yeah.
Now there's dispel some rumors about him, right? They're saying, well, he's too old, right? There's someone on our thread yesterday on our chat powered by PF Chang's was like, isn't he like 27, 28, 29?
Yeah.
No, he's 23. He's 23.
Yeah.
He's still a young guy.
Yeah. 23, though, compared to these other guys in the summer league that are 19. I guess that's why people are 17, 18, 19. But he's not 30. I mean, but he's old for summer league, I guess. But
yeah, well, you look at it this way. We're going to address Mike in a little bit.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, you look at it this way. This is a guy. You mentioned a bunch of 19-year-olds running around the court. Carter Bryant being one of them. This is a guy who played 4 years of college ball.
Yeah.
Played at DePaul.
Yeah.
Played at St. John's. Played at Memphis. Goes to the G League, has one season of the G League, was first team all G League last season. Comes out. It's no coincidence that he's had this success because it appears as though he's working on his game. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a couple of plays out there where he seems like to half-ass it a little bit. Yeah. It leads to a turnover, right? Where you can tell that he's not paying attention for that one particular play. It's like he loses focus 1 out of 10 plays.
Right. Yeah, but
the 9 out of the 10 where he is focused, the guy knows what he's doing. He can pick a shot. He has a smooth stroke from 3, dude. We need outside shooters, and he's not undersized. He's 6'6". Yeah. It's like we need a 15th guy on this team. Why not him, Fernandez?
Yeah. I love my guy Jordan McLaughlin, but does he not bring maybe more than Jordan? Or Jordan just got a guaranteed spot, right? A 1 year, $3 million. And I like Jordan. Again, we're talking about end of the bench guys, right? We're nitpicking about 13 to 15 guys, rotate whatever. So he's not like he's gonna get any minutes starting or real minutes anyway on the court. But I think, like you said, what are we doing here if at the summer league, right? Guys like Jones Garcia, are examples of hardworking, like you said, 4-year college guys. Hey, not everybody is the shooting star that comes right out of college after 1 year and all that, right? These are more often than not. There's a lot of guys in the league like this, like the Riley Minixes and those kind of guys who done 4 years of college, who worked their butt off in G League and worked their way up and all that. I say at the minimum a two-way. If you give him a full roster spot, that's not I'm not opposed to that either. I don't think if somebody out there is arguing that he should get a full roster spot, you're not wrong. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't think you're wrong. I think just a minimum two-way, just to still kind of see. You know what I mean? It's again, you don't want to overreact in a negative way when it comes to summer league, like, oh, Carter Bryant's a bust, or oh, this and that, or oh, Dylan Harper's injury prone because he's not playing. I don't even think he's injured, honestly. I mean, I think he's just kind of resting and whatever. Like, I think the moment that VJ Edgecombe didn't play yesterday, or did they announce he wasn't going to play, they probably said, yeah, Harper probably won't play, and then let him debut Saturday with the big 1 versus 2. But either way, overreacting one way about summer league, yeah, the same has to be said the other way, and those that think I tote the company line, whatever the hell you want to say, I'm telling you the real talk. You can't overreact one way. You also can't overreact the other way. You can't overreact the other way and say Jones Garcia, deserves to be on the squad and he deserves to start. And we're overhyping that way too. So we can't do that. We got to stay in the middle. We got to stay even keel. But the guy is earning his reputation, and another team could scoop him up.
And that's it. That's what I want to say right there. Is that you have to ask yourself the question: is he better than the worst player in the NBA? Because if he is better than the worst player in the NBA right now, he's going to get a roster spot somewhere. So I think he's forcing the hands of the Spurs because it's played 25 points, 25 points, 24 points. And they're efficient games, 9 of 13, 8 of 12. Yeah. Yesterday he was what? Yesterday he was 9 of 12 again, knocking down 3-pointers. He was 4 of 5 from 3 yesterday. He's just dead eye the last 3 games. And you want to see this, right? You want to see a player work on his craft. You want to see a player with confidence and with swagger. The dude has swagger out there. He's like, I'm better than all of these fools out there.
Confident.
He's confident in his shot. He plays defense. He pickpocketed that one guy, got bodied the length of the court for the layup and won. It was a great play. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is a special thing that's happening. I'm not saying he's going to be a star, although the announcers were saying, keep in mind, you look at a player like David Jones Garcia. A few years ago, there was a guy that came out of nowhere named Fred VanVleet who made a name for himself at the Summer League, made a varsity squad, suddenly became fringe all-star. So it is possible out there.
It happens. It happens. Yeah.
Let's address the super chats there, Joe. What we got?
So we got one coming in here, and this one is from Sam Salinas. So let's go ahead and show that on screen.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Sam Salinas says, let's not get carried away with Jones Garcia. He has a great shot and good court awareness. He's doing this against guys of similar ability. Definitely earned a camp invite, but an uphill battle. Again, Sam, thank you so much for the $10 super chat and for the support. Again, our chat is powered by P.F. Chang's La Cantera. The fact of the matter is that the question the Spurs may have at the end of the day is, do you want him or not? Because another team may covet him, because not only is R.C. Buford there and Bryant right there, but so is every other GM and every other head coach and every other star player. They're looking around and they're seeing him play. And they saw what he did in California. They're seeing what he's doing there. And they might nudge each other and go, hey, this guy deserves a roster spot if we can get him back on. He does want to get back on. They may nudge each other and ask the question, how do we get this guy on our team? Because if the Spurs dangle a two-way contract, I can guarantee you another team's going to swoop in and give him a roster spot.
And we got
guarantee it. He's not under contract with the Spurs.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not Spurs property. He's just wearing the jersey for the next couple of weeks.
Right.
Yeah. We got 2 incoming super chats we're going to address. Yeah. One of them coming from the Drew Show. Thank you, Drew.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And the Drew Show is saying, Spurnandez, he goes, in many ways, you are the Latino Ted Lasso of Spurs Twitter. Relentlessly positive. Own it. He goes, Tavares has his opinions. He goes, Teodoro Lasso. That's what he's saying. He's naming you Teodoro Lasso in Espanol. And we also have...
I'm mad at it.
Oh, go ahead, go.
I'm mad at it. I'm mad at it. But I know who I am, man. I don't need to own it. I own what I own, so I don't need anyone telling me what to own. But I appreciate it. I get it. Tavares has his opinion, but like I said, Tavares was making his opinion was something about me as a fact that I told the company line or whatever the hell you said earlier. I'm just saying he don't know me, so you can say that as an opinion, but it isn't a fact. But
yeah. And we got another
Mario
incoming super
Cavazos
chat.
is out. Yes.
Here comes the money.
Mario, and he says
Jones Garcia better than Brawny. Low lies detected.
that is facts. And we got another super chat coming in. This one's from Elias over at his new podcast that he has, Plead the Sith TV. So we're going to show that.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And he's saying, "Go Spurs, go! Viva San Antonio, cabrones!"
Nice. So here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Thank you so much, Mario, Sith, and all you guys, Drew Show, for the super chats. Amazing, Sam Salinas. Thank you so much for that. I know we're trying to get excited about all this, and it's easy to get excited because we know that this team needs to fill out the roster. We know that there's 2 more roster spots because Jordan McLaughlin got one yesterday, leaving it down to 2. And we have to fill it with somebody, right? We talked about this yesterday, Joe. We need to have cheap talent, right? Because we're going to go off and get superstars.
Yeah.
We need to have cheap talent playing for what? The minimum, right? We need players on the minimum. And if you're going to tell me that this guy, Jones Garcia, is worth a minimum spot, I'll take it because we need to fill the roster somehow, some way. The guy's not 6'2". He's not Rob Dillingham out there trying to score buckets yesterday. He is 6'6". He has college experience from big level colleges. He had a triple-double while he was in college at DePaul. The guy averaged 6 rebounds per game, or actually 8 rebounds per game in the G League last year. He goes after the board. He crashes the boards, plays decent defense. He can handle the rock. He doesn't force up many shots. I dig him, dude. We need to have a 15th player. Why not, Fernandez? What's going on?
And no. Here's another thing that I think a lot of people don't kind of think about. It's not so much those guys that are going to get minutes or play out there. They're going to give Vern to Harper, Castle in practice. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what you need. You need that. That's what you need, right? So it's like I'm a boxing guy, right? And anyone who knows boxing knows that the star boxers, they have sparring partners, right? They have sparring partners who a lot of them are pro fighters in their own right, but they're not at the level, right? So they're guys who just aren't at Manny Pacquiao's level, right? Or Canelo's level, right? But their sparring partners, I'll tell you what, they give them run in the gym. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They give them run in the gym and in training camp. So I think a guy like David Jones Garcia, his benefit to the team is not so much he's going to get minutes and he's going to be out there. No, he's going to give Castle, Harper, our young guards some tough time in the gym. He's going to give them some tough time.
It's going to make them better.
That's another reason why you sign a guy like that.
I was going to ask you all a question. You think that you remember former Spur Jonathan Simmons notoriously paid $150 try out for the Austin Spurs team? Is Garcia a better version of Jonathan Simmons? I would say yes.
They play different positions. But
I'm just saying overall, as far as the
tenacity's
basketball
there.
player.
That's what I was trying to give a comparison to, like Gary Neal. He's like a cross, in my opinion, to Gary Neal and Jonathan Simmons. Different positions and all that. But he could shoot. Gary Neal was a shooter. Jonathan Simmons was more, the juice. He was the energy. He brought it. He dunked. They're different positions, but I think it's similar. I think you're on something there, Joe. But to me, he's a cross between Gary Neal and Jonathan Simmons. But I think Sam Salinas said it, and he makes a good point that you give him a two-way now, and then you let Camp play out, and then before because there's still some things that could be worked out where almost like you got to earn that full contract in camp. So what you can't. It's not going to hurt to give him a two-way now and let him duke it out in camp.
You can't let him go. You just can't let him go.
Does he have loyalty to the Spurs? Does he have loyalty to the Spurs? Because what if the Pistons come up? Sacramento Kings come up and go, hey, we're going to give you a 2-year deal for $4 million.
Exactly.
I mean, peace out.
He's taking it, bro. He's taking it. Who wouldn't?
Exactly.
Who wouldn't?
So he is earned. You either keep him or don't. He's forcing the hand of the team.
What if Spurs fans see this happen? What if he decides Spurs say, hey, man, we enjoyed you over here in Summer League and everything, balling out and everything, but you know what? We're gonna give you an opportunity to go with somebody else because we just can't give you the minutes. You got to keep a player like that. It doesn't come around very often. He's very good at what he can do, in limited minutes. Let's be honest. That's probably what he's gonna get. but he's going to give you 100% out there on the court, and that's what you want. High energy player, knows his role, going to go out there and perform his role really well. If he goes with another team and he signs with another team, and then he's an instrumental piece coming off of that bench, and then Spurs fans are going to be jaded because they're like, why didn't the team pick him up? And that's
Right.
the dilemma that the Spurs are in. You signed this dude, and I'm not saying you give him a two-way. Sign him. He's insurance there on the bench. You need players like this to kind of fill that roster in case an injury happens, because injuries are part of the game. That's your insurance policy right there, man.
And he can play multiple positions at that.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about pushing players, right? We saw yesterday Carter Bryant pushing things defensively yesterday. Spurs got him number 14 in the draft out of Arizona. Called a 3-and-D kind of guy. He has struggled with his shot all summer league. In California, he struggled with his shot. Last night, struggled with his shot. But defensively, 3 blocks. Defensively, he just harasses players the entire length of the court. And there's an energy to what he does defensively that I haven't seen since maybe a Kawhi. I don't think he'll ever develop a Kawhi offensive game. But he has a Bruce Bowen type of tenacity, a Kawhi Leonard type of tenacity defensively, where that's where he takes pride on. He knows that's what I'm good at. That is what I'm good at. And I've been kind of conflicted about him on this team, especially seeing other players ball out in the summer league who were drafted after him. But I see the vision. The vision is he's Bruce Bowen, right? That's basically the vision. Bruce Bowen had no offensive game. He could knock down a 3 from time to time, but defensively he locks you down. What did it look like seeing Carter Bryant in person?
You know what? One of the things that I really took notice of, and I took a bunch of videos and pictures yesterday. I got to go through them, but I was trying to catch Carter Bryant when they pulled him out of the game, and he would go to the bench, he'd get his water, he'd get his towel. He didn't just go sit on the bench. He would stand kind of towards the end of the bench, and he was yelling like defensive schemes and stuff to the. I don't know if you could see it on TV or not, but I was right, man. I was so close to the bench, and I was watching him, and that impressed me, man. Like he was drinking his Gatorade with water, whatever, and he was yelling out defensive stuff to the team while he was standing. So that kind of like perked me, because a lot of guys, just young guys, sit down, whatever. I'm just chilling there. He's actively involved even when he's on the bench. He's yelling out plays and stuff. So that was very impressive from a young guy to see. And again, man, I don't know. It's always tough to compare apples to oranges, So you got a guy like Carter Bryant, or you got like highly touted guys. A lot of those guys don't shine in the summer league. I don't know if it's, and I'm not trying to make excuses before anybody says, I don't know if it's like a mentality like, man, this is just summer league. Like I'm a highly touted draftee. Whereas the guys like Jones Garcia and these other guys are dogs. They're trying to feed their families. You know what I mean? So they're gonna put it all in summer league. This is they may not get another chance. So
they got something to play for.
Yeah, they got something to play for, something to prove, right? This is their damn NBA finals, because they may not get a chance, man. I'm telling you. I've been blessed and lucky this is my 10th year of going to the summer league. 10-year anniversary that me and my sons have been going. They're on their way out tonight, and they're gonna make it for the Saturday game. So Steph and I were at the game yesterday. But what I've seen guys like Riley Minix actually last year, and other guys that I've seen, they'll play in the summer league, man. They'll ball, they'll do their thing, and I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to them. And then they just grab their bag and walk out the same door I walked out of and go into their car. Nothing fancy. A Camry, a Tahoe, whatever. Get in their car, drive off like regular dudes. You know what I mean? And they're in the summer league balling, trying to earn a roster spot, right? So I think it's just a different mentality, and you see it when you watch these guys in summer league. Some of them that are fighting for positions, who are undrafted, who are 4-year college guys. This is their NBA regular season, because they may not get another look. Guys like Carter Bryant, some of the other stars, and I'm not saying that they're entitled or they're being bratty, but I just think they are less, likely to put it all out on the court on a summer league game.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make excuses, but I think you could see it manifest and play out when you see these guys playing in the summer league.
We got another incoming super chat here from the Drew Show. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate your support.
Here comes the money.
And Drew is saying, along the lines with sparring partners, he says, I want to see Dylan Harper versus Castles. Sets in the gym. He goes, I got Castle. He goes, Castle, he is cold-blooded. Rick James. Play the music.
Rick James, bitch.
Yeah.
That'd be Castle and Harper in the gym. I bet you are going to be some epic wars. I'd love to see that.
And that's going to be some nasty right there, because I mean, you want them to iron sharpens iron, right, Rick? Like you're going at it,
Yep.
you're going to go at each other really, fiercely, and it's going to be a lot of intensity in the gym, but you want that to translate to them being competitive against the other teams. You're going to go against your brother, but that's your brother in arms too. That's who you want in the foxhole, right, Rick?
Oh yeah, hey, just like in my Marine Corps days, bro. Our training and our drills and all that stuff that we do, that's the hardest part. Honestly, man, like the hardest part is all the workups and all the training and all the things you do and the scenarios, right? We do scenarios where hey, you're the enemy, and I'm the good guy, whatever. When I was in tanks, we used to do imagine like a big game of laser tag, but with tanks. Like we would drive around and find each other. And no, I'm dead serious. They had this equipment on it where you shoot the other tank and it kind of beeps, like beep, 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 whatever. So it's kind of like that, right? So all that work, all that training, all that blood, sweat, and tears translates to the game day. You know what I mean? Translates to game day. So you want to bleed and sweat and cry and be down in the gym. So that way, when game time comes, you aren't bleeding. So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting.
You mentioned Riley Minix had a big game yesterday. Had three pointers knocked down. Saw another player yesterday out of Texas A&M, Dexter Dennis. 4 shot attempts, all 4 3-pointers, all 4 made. It's beautiful to see shooters shoot and see it go in. Carter Bryant made, correct me if I'm wrong, 1 shot last night, and it was a 3-pointer that went off the backboard. So it was not intended. So let's talk about these players individually. Carter Bryant being defensively a solid player. You can tell that he can swallow people up, right? Offensively, it's kind of weird because he moves well. He's not herky-jerky. Like, you could never see Bruce Bowen cut to the lane, right? He didn't have any fluidity to his game offensively. He was just a defensive-minded guy. You see Carter Bryant run up and down the court. He looks very athletic. He looks like he could eventually finish the break. He looks like there's something there. The shots just don't go in, man.
But what about
worried
that
about
defense,
that at all?
man?
But defense, he smothers people.
Look at that, Mike. 2 denials, straight denials. Gives him 3 blocks in a span of 30 seconds.
He's infectious, dude.
That brother hooping.
From behind, in front of you, from behind, on the side. He almost had 3 blocks in one play.
Nope.
Defensive tenacity, man. Defensive tenacity. And and my son plays a lot of high school ball and AAU ball and all that. And I talk to him about stuff like this, where some of the stuff that keeps you on. Everybody wants to score, right? As in kids in AAU and high school, all they want to do is score. There's certain kids, man, and who will not pass the ball. Literally, the moment they get their hands on the ball, they will not pass it. My son is more of a passing point guard. He's not really. Early when he was playing, he wanted to score a lot, and he was always scoring, and he still scores. But we've kind of grown into. I told him, I said, look, man, he wants to play at the next level. We've been lucky and blessed to get an offer from a school out in Boston. We're looking at other schools. I mean, he's going to be a senior this year. But again, the kid is he's 6 foot. And he hopefully he grows 1 or 2 inches in this year. But I'm telling him, like, look, brother. I'm being really realistic. I'm being realistic. I love you. This is why I'm telling you this. You're 6 foot, maybe 6'1", 6'2". It's going to be tough to play at the next level. Now, what keeps you on the squad is defense, those kinds of things, the extra passes, like all that stuff. Like
the little
those
things.
Are the little things, the dirty stuff. So to me, I think Carter Bryant is doing that. And we got to remember, he's so young. He's so early in his career, man. There's been a plethora of players who swore would never develop offensive games. We could go back to a lot of players to include Kawhi and all those guys. And I'm not calling him the next Kawhi. I'm just saying, you got to wait and see. Like, I think his defensive tenacity already got him in the mix, right? He's got to work hard and develop that offensive game. And like Mike said, I don't feel like he has anything broken or anything. He's not herky-jerky, so he's fluid out there. I think he'll develop some sort of I'm not saying he's going to be some offensive star, but I think he's going to develop. That's my opinion. It looks like it because he just looks like he has it, like Mike said.
That's the optimism. It reminds me more of like Stefan Castle. Stefan Castle, an inconsistent shooter, but the confidence is there. The form is there. They're trying to compare him to Jeremy Sohan because Sohan is more defensive-minded than offensive-minded. But Sohan, you could tell coming into the league, didn't know how to shoot the ball. Literally did not know how to shoot the ball. They had to say, this is how you hold the ball, right?
Yeah.
One-handed free throws and things like that. And he's trying to develop a shot. Carter Bryant looks like he can shoot the ball. The form looks okay. The release looks okay. The release point looks good. Just not going in. Very similar to Stephon Castle. You can kind of figure there's a tweak that needs to be done.
Sure.
Not an entire reconstruction of the shot. So there's that.
Right. Yeah. And then people.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No,
go ahead.
I know. I think JHNSB is talking about you can't name a player that we've developed, in the last 5 years. Here's the thing, bro. There's a new coaching squad. So I get that, and I like, again, man. I'm being realistic. We can't, as Spurs fans, sit on our laurels and talk about our 5 championships and all that. And the last one hasn't been since 14, and we can't sit there and do that. We also can't do the other side where they haven't done anything and they haven't developed anybody, bro. Sure, be that as it may. There's a whole new squad. We got new coaches coming in. We got the associate head coaches I'm pretty excited about, right? Sweeney from Dallas. We got Cornelius, another dog, a big nasty. There's a new regime also in the coaching staff, which I think is a lot of people aren't talking about. So to say that, well, they can't develop Carter Bryant because they haven't been developing people. This is a whole new squad. This is a whole new coaching squad. This is a whole new staff. So they may not. I don't know, but
yeah.
I think we just have a different approach to even in the coaching side of the house.
Yeah, what I was showing
video,
here
by the
is
way.
a video. Yeah,
I like this video, by the way, Joe.
I love it.
As it starts all over again, all the Spurs that were in attendance there. You see Sohan with his girlfriend. You see Champagny,
Julian,
Devin Vassell. You see Harrison Barnes is there as well. De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
So you see, Wemby. You see about 7 Spurs players out there.
Yeah.
And it's not just 7. It's like these 7 players there. I don't know if Castle was there or not. Someone had their head down, so I don't know if that was him or not. But what is it like to see the Spurs varsity squad, if you will, out there in attendance, watching this game? That's Keldon Johnson there in the middle.
Yeah. That was so cool.
To be out there.
That was awesome. So I was like across from them, right? They were on the bench, or they were courtside across, and I was on the bench right behind the Spurs. So I see them across. And first, Wemby wasn't there, right? Or Wemby was the last one to get there, obviously. But when Wemby got there, the arena went crazy. Like the arena went wild when Wemby showed up. I just think this is a testament to these guys don't gotta be there. Like these guys don't gotta be there, man. Like honestly, they're the big squad. They're chilling. They're out there watching David Jones Garcia. You know what I'm saying? They're out there watching Carter Bryant and those guys. Dylan Harper didn't play, so these guys don't have to be there. And I'll tell you, other teams, yes, have their star players out there, but I'll be honest, man. The summer league that I've been to, you may see like onesies and twosies, right? You'll see LeBron supporting his team, which I was actually surprised LeBron wasn't there yesterday for Bronny versus Cooper. But you'll see, certain stars, 1 or 2 star players of a team there for summer league. You got the whole big dogs out there, man. To me, that just shows, that, hey, we're here, we're supporting, we're welcoming you guys in. I love that call of like, hey, this is Wemby. I play for the Spurs, when the guys got drafted, Harper and them. So I think it's just a testament to the Spurs way and what they do. And I know some people hate to hear that about family and culture, whatever you want. I think they're carving out their own. This is a new era. You know what I mean? This is a different era. Some of the similarities of the old Spurs family, Spurs culture, bought not build, and all that kind of stuff. Some of the reminiscences still apply, but this is a new era. This is a different way, and a new coaching staff, and a new thought process, and all that. So, I think there's some people that are stuck in the past, and then there's some people who are like pointing to how, the lack of playoff that we've had, and how this team can't develop anybody. And yes, we miss Chip England. I get that. I love Chip England, but there are other great shooting coaches out there that can help. And I think we're there. I think I like that Mitch is seeming to. It looks like Mitch, RC, and Brian are giving Mitch the opportunity to build his own staff. This is something we talked about. And Mike and I also said this. When we started, I think this is one of the times when we first started. Wow, we're agreeing. Mitch Johnson, man, give the guy his own staff. Give him an off season. Give him a full training camp, right? Give him a chance before we throw dirt on him and say, oh, well, he sucks as a head coach. You know what I mean? Like, Let's see. Now, if he gets all that, and he's given all those tools, and he doesn't produce, then okay, criticism warranted, But
Yeah, when I saw former players like Corliss Williamson join the coaching ranks, I was like, okay, this isn't a Brett Brown. This isn't a Mike Brown. This isn't an old school kind of guy.
Yeah,
they're bringing in younger talent to come in and coach as well.
More modern NBA.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and show the super chats that we do have coming in because we got them stacking up.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Thank you, Tony Ornelas. We appreciate y'all supporting everybody here in the comments that aren't super chats. We appreciate everybody, interacting with us. So Tony Ornelas says Sohan should start now. His girlfriend is a nugget. Wow. Hey,
is that the TikTok girl, right? Is that the
TikTok girl?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Jeremy's the only one that brought his girl on the trip.
Hey.
Smart man. Smart man. Feast or famine. He's eating right now. Good for him, man. Right now is the Drew Show. Thank you, Drew. We appreciate you. He says, I love that Castle isn't there. Cold-blooded. And the reason that behind that is that Castle is actually in the gym working on his game. And we got another incoming super chat. This one by the Drew Show. Thank you, Drew.
Here comes the money.
And the Drew Show is saying here, Mike. Go ahead and read that.
Yeah, Castle is putting in the work, not like the clowns to the left. I love that he is a dog. No time for photo ops. Even Wemby has been on the photo tour. End quote.
I mean,
the Drew Show.
I know the Drew Show is a big supporter of the chat, and we definitely appreciate him. First of all, you don't even know what Castle's doing. So that's first of all. I know you want to push your narrative, so you want to assume and say, oh, he's a dog, he's in the gym. He could be in Vegas at the crap table. I don't know. Probably not. He's probably not. But
he's working.
I don't know what he's doing. Sure, putting in work is great for yourself. Going out and supporting your team and being a part of, we've all been parts of teams, right? Mike's ran financial teams. Joe runs his teams. I've been blessed as a Marine to lead. One of my biggest blessings that I've ever had, other than my sons and Steph, are being able to lead Marines in combat. So being part of a team and supporting them when they're out doing their thing is a big deal. So I get Drew Show saying that the other guys are clowns for being there. I disagree with that, but that's just Drew Show is the Drew Show.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, Castle's putting in work, and they're kind of like taking a little vacation. They're there. I know what it is. They're supporting the team. They're enjoying the time there, a little downtime in Vegas, just there taking in the sights and the sounds. But these MFers should all be scared because what they're seeing out there is that these guys are hungry for their positions. They're out there and they're willing to do the work. They're willing to do all the little things.
Yeah.
Willing to do. Well, we got all kicked out of
there you are
for some reason. That was weird. No, but I'm saying they're doing all the little things that they might not want to do on a daily basis. Because let's be honest, when you get to the level that they're at right now, what happens? Get a little complacent at times. You might take things for granted a little bit, and that's not something that is conducive to you keeping your starting position. Because look, man, let's be honest. If you're not working as hard as the other guy that's out there on the court, what are they going to do? They're probably going to sit you, or they're going to be discontent. They're going to voice their discontent with you and sit you down for a little bit. You're going to have egg on your face and you're going to get upset. But do you deserve it? Absolutely.
And one thing about social media as well is that it's all PR as well. You see Sohan dropping those videos of him in the gym, and I respect the fact that he's been in the gym. It's a contract year for him. He needs to be in the gym, right? But I think it pushes the narrative. You talk about the narrative that fans have. There's also narratives that players have. And the narrative is that they're in the gym working and they're trying to improve their craft, because not only are they seeing and showing this to the fans, they're showing this to other teams as well. I look at things when it comes to social media, just because we see a video of Sohan shooting the ball or Castle in the gym or whatnot, does not mean it was filmed that day. Okay? Oftentimes, it is released on a particular day for a particular reason, right? We see this with those Instagram models and whatnot. Yeah. They do a month's worth of shoots on one day, and then they release them a little bit at a time. It's very possible that if we see Stephon Castle in the gym, that was filmed 2 weeks ago. It's very possible that it was filmed a month ago. We don't know.
It was not filmed 2 weeks ago, and I thought ESPN did a tremendous job here because we don't really get to see a lot of the insight when it comes to Brian Wright talking with the media because it is summer league. They're a little bit more relaxed, right? So Brian Wright was actually talking with the media. I don't know if you saw the interview in the context of the game itself, and they were asking him about the players, how he's drafting, kind of what do you think about, where the team is heading, and he was giving his insight. And I was like, hey, these are pretty good questions. And not only were they talking with him, but they were also talking with some other Spurs officials as well. So it was like, okay, I like this. We don't really get to see a lot of this interaction, because notoriously the Spurs only have their coach out there that, their head coach talking with the media. It's really good to see somebody else like Brian Wright being able to go ahead and give his input, and then interviewing him because we don't really get to see a lot of that. You see him, but you don't really hear from him, and I thought this was really instrumental. It was a very pivotal point, I think, if you're a Spurs fan listening to where Brian Wright wants to go. Where does he see this team from his own mouth, and that's great to hear.
So talk about Brian Wright, though. I found it funny that they interviewed Brian Wright during last night's game. He was talking up Mitch Johnson. He was basically saying Mitch Johnson is the right guy. He kept on using the phrase "the new era," that he is there to guide us through the new era, the new generation, and stuff like that. That was pretty interesting because for 30 years we've been stuck in Pop's era, right? But then later on, they interviewed Harrison Barnes. They asked Harrison Barnes about Luke Cornett. They asked about Kelly Olynyk and things like that. And one thing Barnes said, I think you would like, Joe. He said, dude, I'm so old, I know everybody. Just got PG-13 real quick. He goes, I'm so old.
I left my makeup in the car.
Huh?
I'm gonna make up.
Oh, Steph in the house. He goes,
Steph's in the house.
I'm so old, I know everybody. They're like, what do you think about Luke Cornett? He goes, I've played against him. I know him. I've played against him. What about Kelly Olynyk? He's a good player. I've played against him. I know everybody in the league. And then they went off to ask him about his weight, Joe. They say that he weighs 225 on the dot every year going into camp. They asked him what he weighed right now. He says 224.8. And he goes, I'm a robot. I basically make sure that I'm doing things the right way, and I come in consistently. Dude, he is the Toyota Corolla. He calls himself a robot, but he's a Toyota Corolla.
They should tell him that, that you've been referred to as the Toyota Corolla of the team. I bet you he'd laugh at it, dude.
I'll get 250,000 miles on it. We know what we're expecting when it comes to it all.
Yeah, you put Joe, the key in the ignition and take you home.
Joe, do you have the results right now to the poll results so far?
I'll go ahead and put them up here.
Asking the question, David Jones Garcia, what does he deserve? Roster spot, two-way contract. Again, if the Spurs offer him a two-way contract and another team, like say the Phoenix Suns or the LA Clippers, offers him a full roster spot, he's gone. He's gone. The results right now, 52% saying two-way contract. 47% say full roster spot with the team right now. We have 63 votes in the past hour when it comes to it all. Again, 52% to 48% right now. Joe, show some love to PF Chang's. If you can put up their graphic real fast. PF Chang's is our new sponsor.
Yeah.
They power the chat now. And we're going to have an event. So next week we'll make the firm announcement, probably around Thursday or Friday of next week, of what's going on when it comes to a charity drive. They call Dine to Donate or Donate to Dine, whatever the case may be. And basically we're going to pick a day that if you go over to PF Chang's at La Cantera and tell them that you are part of Area 210 podcast, you're a listener, a subscriber, part of the proceeds, I believe 10% of the proceeds will go to the flood victims. Joe and I get to choose the charity. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we'll be calling these charities out there. We're going to pick one out. We're going to tell PF Chang's which charity we have chosen, and the money gets donated to the flood victims out there. I got a shout-out yesterday, Joe, by PF Chang's corporate Twitter account. Not the local La Cantera one. The corporate account came up and said, we're happy to be part of all this. Guess what, Joe? I'm going to reach out to them, and I'm going to say, please make a donation on behalf of Area 210 Podcasts. See if corporate can get involved. I mean, local's great. We love our local sponsor.
Yeah.
But when corporate dip their toes in and say, hey, we're glad to be part of it, Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
That's awesome, bro. That's big time, man. That's big time. So
You know what? I like the question.
Shout out to PF Chang.
And for Fernandez, when he's in town,
Oh,
Wednesdays,
yeah.
they call it Wines Day over there because
Oh, yeah.
champagne and wine half off at PF Chang's. They also do happy hour from 3 to 6.
They have the bottles of Prosecco over there at PF
Hey,
Chang's.
there you go. If you got bottles of Prosecco, Steph and I will be there. Shout out to PF Chang. Shout out to Sean Quintero, right?
Yeah.
Sean Quintero.
Yeah, shout out to Sean Quintero for that, man. That's awesome. But
Hey, I got
man,
the next
that's
bottle
good
of
stuff.
champagne when you all pull up, man. Maybe I'll take you to PF Chang's, kind of christen the new sponsor there. You and Steph, we'll go out there and have some fun. I'll buy a bottle,
By the way,
let's do it.
By the way, Sean Quintero, Holmes High School graduate, Pease Middle School graduate.
Yeah, you know what? We actually worked together at Bill Miller, and I didn't know that until the day we had the watch party for Stephon Castle, right? We had that watch party, and me and him were talking about Bill Miller and different things, and he was like, "Yeah, I was a manager at Bill Miller," and we started we knew a lot of the same people, and we crossed paths and worked there together, and I didn't know that, and it was crazy. So that's really cool, man. He's a cool guy. Rafa said something funny on the chat. He said something about he needs to make a trip to Vegas and bring his Sanchez out to Vegas. I think it was Rafa that said that.
What do you say, Rick? Don't have a Sancha team, get a real Sancha.
Don't. As I get, I'm gonna have dirty looks right next to me, but don't have a Sancha team. Be a real man and have a Sancha.
And look at this. This is a funny comment here from Jonathan Perez. He says, "What kind of car is Fernandez?"
Oh, that's a great one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good question.
It's one that sets off alarms as it drives through the neighborhood, right? Because it's so loud.
It's flashy. It's loud. It's obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? They said, "What kind of car is Fernandez?" Because Harrison Barnes is a Toyota Corolla. So yeah, that's a good question. I like that.
I don't want to ask what kind of car I am, so please don't.
Oh yeah.
A Ford Festiva with 20-inch rims, man, and a big ass wing on the back. You know, that big old spoiler.
Man, I love when we start talking nostalgia about our first cars or the music we listened to, back then.
Yeah.
The 90s baby next to me is laughing because she's like, "Man, you guys are so old."
What did Steph? I bet you Steph still remembers getting ready to go out when she was a teen and all the way they used to dress, the makeup and everything they used to use, back then. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, Fernandez. Whenever you go to Vegas, there's oftentimes like the song of the summer, right? A song that you hear over and over and over and over again while you're in Vegas. Has a song stuck out to you this summer?
You know what? Not yet. We just got here. It's been a couple of days, so but you're right. Vegas always brings up a lot of memories, a lot of good times. I haven't had one yet. That's a good question. I have a couple of more days here, so I'll be on the listen for that. But you're right. There's always like a theme song that is being played in the background or something that reminds you of your Vegas trip. Now,
we don't want to take up too much of your time. I know that you're out there enjoying your time over at the Stratosphere in Las Vegas. You'll be at the Spurs game against who are they playing on Saturday again? The Mavericks, right? They got Cooper Flag.
Yeah, Cooper.
Harper.
Yep.
Before we let you go, because I know Steph's there and you want to go enjoy yourself out there.
Yeah.
Before you go, tell us about that matchup. What are you looking forward to watching between Dylan Harper, Cooper Flag? Tell us about that matchup.
Yeah, man. But yeah, you're right. First of all, Steph's already giving me looks because I'm on Steph's time now, right?
Exactly.
So she's like, hey, we got things to do. We got to go, right? We're in Vegas, baby. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me a little bit of time on the show. But so for the Bronny and the Cooper yesterday, the arena was crazy. I was higher up in the arena because I couldn't get down until later. But the top bowl was even full, which is kind of crazy because if you've been to Summer League, the Thomas and Mack Center, there's the bottom bowl, and then of course the middle seats, and then there's like one level above, which is usually empty during the Summer League. But during the Cooper versus Bronny yesterday, the top bowl was packed, which is wild. I didn't even see it like that for Wemby's debut. But I'm Cooper and Bronny kind of had a couple of moments where they guarded each other, and the crowd kind of went wild. I'm 1 versus 2. I am confident that Dylan Harper will play I'll be surprised if he doesn't. But you got Cooper is with the hype and all that, and some people are questioning like, is he worth the hype? Is he not? It's going to be interesting to see if Cooper and Harper match up and kind of guard each other. And in the summer league, there's a lot of people playing out of positions and all that kind of stuff. So everybody's guarding everybody.
Hey, before you go, real quick, Rick, what was said in this conversation here, man?
Oh man, that's a good one. That's my favorite pick of the night last night. So we're watching the Bronny and Cooper game, and not too far from us, there's like a suite right above where I was sitting, and we look over, and it's Brian Wright, Mitch Johnson, RC, a bunch of Spurs staff. They're all up there chilling in the suite right where we were, and I was like, oh damn, there's the whole squad over there, So I got the championship belt. I got the Dylan Harper Rutgers jersey on and all that. So I casually walk over to where they're at, and they were coming out of their suite. I just got in there, and I'm telling them, hey, we're talking Spurs, we're talking what's next, praising some of the trades that they made, complaining about some of the things that they didn't do. I'm just being the voice for everybody, both sides. Even though those people that think that I'm not on only one side, that's not true. I was praising and negating, talking to the whole squad right there. You got RC, Brian Wright. You could tell Brian Wright smiling by looking at even from the back, and then Mitch is there, man. It was pretty awesome. They're real gracious when it comes to seeing the fans.
That is badass. That is
pick.
Rick Fernandez, retired United States Marine. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your service. And thank you for being the ultimate Spurs fan, man. Go collect the cups, man.
Yeah. Go have fun, brother.
I started stacking them on most of the cups. And
there you go.
Steph says, hey, so appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Very nice. Bye, Steph.
Bye, Steph. Bye, Rick. We'll see y'all.
Very cool, man. We got to do that next year, Joe. We got to make it happen.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't mind going down there, and like I said, we're going to go down there. We're going to stay somewhere nice, want to be able to have fun. I'm sure Chica will
want
go.
to hang with the peasants.
Yeah,
now, someone was asking the question on the chat, how far is the game, the Thomas and Mack Center, from the Strip? It's maybe a mile. Maybe a mile from the beginning of the Strip. So when you leave the Harry Reid Airport there in Las Vegas and you're going to the casinos, you actually drive past the Thomas and Mack Center, which is UNLV. And so probably the Thomas and Mack Center is maybe 2 miles from the airport, and that's maybe the arena is maybe a mile from like MGM Grand, that area of the Strip. He's at the Strat, which is on the far end of the Strip, the other way.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Like Rick right now, he has Steph with him, right? So we go next year. He's probably gonna have Steph with him at the Summer League. You'll have Chica with you over there at the Summer League. Yeah. I don't know who I'll have with me over there.
But maybe Chica will bring a friend.
Who knows? But it'd be funny though, because the wives or the girlfriends, they probably don't want to go to the Summer League. They just want to hang out and go shopping, go check out the casino, check out the sights, the sounds, a show or two. You invited Chica to be like, hey, come on, let's go check out a game. She'd be like, I'm good.
Gonna be honest with you, she's not a fan of Las Vegas
really
at all. She loves casinos. We went to Laughlin about a month ago or so. She loved it over there. She loves going to Lake Charles. We're planning on this fall going to Biloxi, Mississippi, because her daughter not only is walking the stage to get her white coat. She's going to be a physician's assistant. She's getting her white coat in a couple of weeks. But she has to move apartments, which means we have to take a U-Haul to her. So it's going to be a big old ordeal to go over there. But as part of the whole trip, we have to drive through I-10 all the way down to Florida. So we have to go to Biloxi, Mississippi. And we're going to make a stop over there so that we can play some slots. Chica loves the casinos. I bet if we took her to Vegas, she'd want to stay in the Fremont area. She's not excited about the lights and the glitz and glamour. She does not like the Necios. And Chica likes to dress sexy, but she doesn't like to dress like a hooker. And a lot of the girls over there are dressed that way. Yeah.
Keeps it classy. She wants to have good, a nice dinner, good drinks, be chilling out there, having fun. I could see that.
Very nice.
Probably taking a show. I know that you all probably taking a show or something over there. It'd be fun, See who's out there, who can go ahead and sing to you all, serenade you guys, because they have a lot of shows in Vegas. I know I was making fun of you yesterday because I was like, oh crap, this just came up on I think it was Facebook feed or it was on the Insta feed.
Yeah.
And it was Color Me Bad. I was like, holy crap. This is what Mike is always talking about. And I sent it to you and Chica. And she was like, oh yeah, she was laughing about it. But you're like, I think you were saying, oh, we're gonna be going to see Color Me Bad, right? Like in a
Yeah,
couple
Color Me
weeks.
Bad's performing in San Antonio in August, and Chica and I will be there. It's part of some 90s concert. My friend Brian
Where's
got
it
us
at?
tickets. I don't know, man. I have no idea where it's at. I just know that it's taking place in San Antonio in August. I'm looking it up right now. Let's see here.
That Color Me Bad, bro. It's like your stereotypical 90s. That was like a boy band back then, dude. I mean, that's what it was.
They were a modern day doo-wop band, and they had a ton of hits. Let me tell you my big tall tale when it comes to Color Me Bad. There was a club that was, if you know where Sugar's is at, there was a little shopping center off to the side of it where they had a nightclub there way back in the day. It was kind of like a beach theme. I think it was called the Coast or the Cove or something to that effect. And anyway, long story short, we go out there and I'm hanging out there with a bunch of friends and I'm telling this is probably 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
And I was telling the story about Color Me Bad. I was saying, dude, I like Color Me Bad. Dude, they have some good songs, dude. I mean, I Want to Sex You Up was a great song. I Adore Me More. We all remember that song.
Yeah.
The Wind, the Sun, the Rain.
Spanish Fly.
They had a lot. They were not a one-hit wonder. They literally had 8 hits. Slow Motion was one of them. They had 8 hits, right? So I was telling this whole story about how there's certain bands out there like Nickelback or whatnot where they're so popular, but no one wants to admit that they like them, right? Because it's for some reason or not, it's uncool to like them, right? So I was telling the story. I said, look, everybody loves Color Me Bad. Everybody loves Color Me Bad. I said, I bet you this, right? And I was so drunk that night. And I said, you see this guy right here? There was this guy there that had like face tattoos, he had, rings in his lip and his ears and gauges, and he was all over the place, right? And I looked at him, I said, yo, what's your favorite Color Me Bad song? And he goes, I Adore Me More. Why? And I said, you see, everybody loves Color Me Bad.
What's funny is that
so drunk and extroverted that day.
Daniel Castro from Castro Solar is in the chat here, and he was saying, it's the Lisa 40th anniversary tour. That's coming up too, man.
Let me see here. My friend Brian Ruiz sent me tickets to it. So let me see here. We're going to do. He sent me the concert tour that we're going to. Let's see here. I sent him money the other day. I don't know what. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's the Lisa concert, and it's going to be Montel Jordan, Rob Bass, Tag Team, Candyman, Lisa Expose, August 9th at the Frost Bank Center.
August 9th, bro. Can you? That's a blast from the past.
Down, stop to the,
dude, that's where you go and you show up, right? You show up to that venue in the old car that Fernandez used to have, the convertible Chevy Cavalier.
Yeah,
with the system thumping.
Tony Dallas says Mike plays Slow Motion by Juvenile with his Chica.
Juvenile.
Oh, I like it like that. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for
but
me.
Isn't that the music that Chica likes? She likes like R&B and stuff like that.
Oh,
right?
no, she's all about R&B, dude. I mean, I don't care if it's 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. When we go on drives from San Antonio to Conroe and Conroe to Dallas or wherever we're going, we're listening. The first hour, we'll listen to 60s R&B. We'll listen to Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye. We'll listen to things like that, right? Then we move up to the 80s where we listen to like Babyface and Luther Vandross and New Edition. And then we listen to the 90s, and then we listen to the early 2000s from, everything from Usher to R. Kelly.
No Milli Vanilli.
No. Although here's the thing, man. Milli Vanilli's music wasn't bad. It was just those weren't the guys that sang it.
Look at what Daniel Castro is saying from Castro Solar. He's saying Jimenez already trying to stuff himself into his old Jabot jeans. Or what is it? The Z Cabarigis? Remember
The Z
those?
No, I had Gerbots, man. I had a couple of pair of Gerbots.
Oh
One was
man.
black and one was like a whitish blue. It wasn't a blue jean, but it wasn't a white jean. It was kind of like somewhere in the middle, like an acid
Yeah.
wash
Yeah. Dark
type
colored
of
one.
thing.
Yeah, I got you.
Nah, man, but listening to music when you're on the road, Chica doesn't like it when I play certain music. She's like, I don't know. She doesn't like certain, like she hates grunge. If I play STP, if I play, Pearl Jam, or if I play
She's not into
Soundgarden
that.
or Smashing Pumpkins, she hates it, dude. And she says that it didn't make it to her school. She's a couple years younger than
grunge?
me, right?
Yeah.
A few years younger than me. She would say that at her school, it was all about gangster rap, and that was it. It was 90s rap, and it was country music, and that was it. She was out there in Austin and West Texas. I was like, man, my school, we had people who loved country. We had people who loved Tejano. We had people who loved grunge. We had people who loved R&B and who loved heavy metal. It was very eclectic, and she was saying that her school wasn't like that. That it was just one or two genres,
Yeah.
and that was it.
I'm gonna show this. This is from my Facebook, right? And this is the one clip that I sent you yesterday, you and Chica.
Wow.
And I was telling her, I want you to do this.
Hold your hand.
I want you to sing this at a karaoke bar, and I want you to do the little twirl like that brother just did in the video.
Nice. Well, it's kind of hard to
God.
sing those songs because you have four different voices, and you can't go from one voice to the next voice to the next voice.
No, man.
It's kind of like if you want to sing like Boys to Men. Well, they have four singers. You
Yeah.
can't be good at all four. Maybe you could pick up one, and that's when you go as a group. You bring your boys out there and you sing one part.
Yeah.
I'm the Wanye Morris or the Sean Stockman of Boys to Men. When
I
it comes
gotta
to it
show
all.
this too, man. Can we finish this, Mike?
Oh.
Amazing. Thank you. Biggest taco in all of California. Look at that thing.
They call this
Okay.
the no mames taco, bro. Look at the size of that sucker, dude. And Chica put up there on the comment because I was like, I put a couple of y'all up there, Tony Ornales, Matt Guzman, Chica, and some other people. And Chica's like, we can do it, like emphatically. I'm just
Yeah.
like, bro, there ain't no way, man. You have 8 people, you won't be able to finish that thing.
No, man. No, not at all. I mean, I don't even know if that's appetizing or not. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I mean, aesthetically, it looks pretty good. But I think if it was actually in front of you, it would be too much of a good thing. I saw a story on the San
Jeez.
Antonio Express News the other day that said that the King Kong nachos are back at Chacho's.
Yeah.
I didn't know they went away. They
Well,
went
'cause
away.
they had closed the inside.
I-10.
Yeah, they had closed it. There was like when you wanted to eat inside the lobby and all that, that was all closed off. They hadn't opened it, but they opened it back up now. So I guess King Kong nachos are back on the docket. If they I hope they bring back the margaritas también because I like those.
Those will knock you out, man. They brought back the story I read said they brought it back at Perrin Vital and they brought it back on the military and Highway 90 locations, but they didn't mention anything about Callahan. So Chacho's was a vibe back in the day, dude. But for those of you who knew, the place to go at 2 a.m. was not Chacho's. It was Taqueria Data Point on Data Point. That was a good place.
Mario Cavazos says, Mike, did you have the guest overalls?
Okay.
with no shirt.
The girls back in the day who would wear the overalls and have like one strap down.
Oh.
That was a look, Joe.
Did you wear the overalls with no shirt, no undershirt?
No, I did not Mario Lopez it out,
Red
dude.
Wings.
I have never owned a pair of Red Wings in my life. Those look like the most uncomfortable shoes of all time.
Nah, bro, they're all right, man. They're work boots. And you put your little Dooney and Burke little keychain, the little emblem on the boot.
I was talking to Chica's son the other day. He's 23 years old. He's getting his master's and he'll graduate in December. About his wallet, right? Because I have a tiny wallet. I've got a little wallet that has a little money clip in there, has a driver's license, enough for like 3 cards, right? My 2 credit cards and my debit card, and that's it. He is carrying that old man wallet that's about that thick,
Oh
right?
God, no,
It's
bro.
about that thick. Every car has a library card. Back in the day, you used to
Social
have like
Security and
Social
all that.
Security. You used
No,
to have your
man.
Blockbuster card. But your insurance card, all of that stuff, right? And I was like, man, that's so old school. Joe, your wallet, what are you carrying?
I carried that little minimalistic wallet, that little black one, that's
Yeah.
like a card size, and you can just I fit all my cards in there, and I have a little money clip on the outside. It has that RFID protection on it. And like I'll put like 250 in the money clip because I'm old school and I like to carry around a little money.
Why?
It's a bad habit because my
Dude,
grandpa got me into it.
You can't go to the Alamo Dome. Chica and I went to an event at the Alamo Dome. Went to a concert, saw Jelly Roll and Post Malone, right? We had cash on us because we decided before the show that we were going to go get some cash because we had to go pay for parking and all that stuff, right? They didn't accept cash for parking. And then when we went to the concession stand, they didn't take cash there. We live in and you're still taking $250, Joe?
I still carry some money with me. It's just a habit that I've always had. I always
Now,
carry
is it
money around
big
with me.
bills or small bills?
No, it's like 200s and a 50, or sometimes if I spend a little bit of it, then it's like 20s or 10s. But I hate doing that because then I have this thick money clip in the back, right? And it's like I don't like carrying just all that loose cash. Usually what I'll do is I'll take some of it out and I'll put it inside my Cadillac has like they call it, the kids call it a transformer. So it has a touch sensor. So when I push it, the dash underneath, it'll open up a secret compartment and I can put my money in there, and then it slides back down and it just looks like part of the dash, part of the radio. And it has like code you have to punch in on the touch screen in order to gain access to it,
Rafa mentioning the condom in the wallet. Remember the wallets having the circular indention?
Yeah.
No, but you carrying cash is pretty interesting. Drew Show says that he carries cash as well for tips and whatnot.
Yeah.
I have grown into a good tipper, Joe. But one of the things that we've noticed in recent years, past 12 to 18 months or so, is that we used to go to restaurants that would say, do you want to tip 15, 18, or 20%, right? And now they flip that keypad or that iPad around, and it starts at 18, 22, or 25, Joe. Have you noticed that?
I have noticed.
It's crap, by the way. It's crap.
No.
It's crap.
I should notice it. I've been noticing it. Look at that. Look at what Matt Gomez says. I'm 29 and I always carry cash. I'm telling you, dude, it's like just one of these things that my grandpa has always instilled in me, and I've always carried cash around because it's come in handy, though, because sometimes, especially if you're in the Petrenko area, we have something that the locals around here call Petrenko Internet, which is pure ass, bro. It's booty crumbs. And most of the time, the internet will go down, networks go down. That means the card machines, where they swipe your card, your debit card or your credit card or whatever, it's not available. And they're like, we're only taking cash. That's happened to me so many times in this area. That's one of the reasons that I carry cash with me. Because if I'm out somewhere, I take my nieces out to eat, or I'm with my kids and I'm just, we go out to eat somewhere, I got to have a means to pay for the meal. So if the let's say internet is down, I got cash. And like, boom, there you go.
If
done.
the internet's down, I ate for free.
Oh, man. No,
I ate for free, dude. I'm sorry. I ate for free at that point. I look at it this way, Joe. I've been to so many different places where I've given them, say, a 50 or 100, right? They have no change. They're like, oh, well, we don't carry change in this place. So it's like, what's the point of carrying it? Now, Chica does throw $20 into my car, because she says you should need to have a little bit of cash. And it's funny because I go through my glove compartment and I see it in there. And I'm like, whoa, got $20. But man, I don't think I'll ever have that ever again, dude. I don't think I'll ever just reliably do that. Not even on vacation, unless we're in Vegas.
Jesse A. Joe is 50 now. He gets a pass. He can carry cash. He can carry his cash. But I do carry cash. Sometimes I've had like maybe, I don't know, $500 in the car at a time, just a couple hundreds, here and there, maybe a couple 50s, and I just keep it there in that little secret compartment in the car. It's like, in case I go out or whatever, maybe I forget my wallet or something. I'm like, I got cash. I got petty cash is what I call it, in the car.
My petty cash that is kind of like I forget about is Cash App. That's
Yeah.
just where I keep that money. By the way, PF Chang's is going to have what's called Weekend Vibes this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday at the La Cantera location. $8.99 for Jade Margaritas and Buddha Mai Tais. Again, $8.99 for Jade Margaritas and Buddha Mai Tai. I'm a big fan of Mai Tais, baby. They power our chat. PF Chang's La Cantera powers our chat. Joe, are you going into place tropical this year, dude? Because we talked about the caca water over on the Texas coast. When's the next time we're going to be at the beach?
I don't know, man. I thought about that, and I'm like, with all the flooding and everything that's happened, and the water eventually works its way out, into the Gulf. It's going to be pretty sketch here for the next couple of weeks, in my opinion, because of bacteria levels and whatnot. I'm just like, I think I'm going to take a pass this year. If I go anywhere, my niece was asking me because she wants to go and do something for the summertime. And again, I'm close to my little niece here. I'm going to probably take her to Houston or something for the day or whatever. She wants to go to the Space Center, probably take her to the, Kima Boardwalk,
Kima
kind of a
Boardwalk's
day trip.
fun, dude.
Yeah, do a day trip, with my nieces and then bring them back. But man, I tell you, man, there ain't nothing that's going to bring you to your niece like a group of 11 to 14-year-old little girls like that, man. They got so much energy, dude, and they got me walking all over the place. I'm just like, Jesus, man. And I'm just I'm by myself trying to corral all these little girls going crazy, dude. I'm just like, geez.
Yeah, taking a lot of people off that you're responsible for is kind of a pain in the ass. It really is. We have some breaking news coming in.
Yeah.
Breaking news coming in. Boxing star Gervonta Tank Davis arrested for domestic violence. TMZ reports came out within the past hour or so. It says the 30-year-old fighter was booked early Friday morning. His mugshot shows him wearing a white polo and giving a bit of a blank stare in the face. Gervonta Davis, 30 years old, arrested in Miami Beach. In trouble with the law yet again. Apparently it hasn't been the first time. The woman says Davis struck her in the back of the head and slapped her face, causing a laceration.
Damn.
The victim's mother told police she witnessed the aftermath of the incident and that observed her daughter was, quote, visibly distressed and crying. Cops say the alleged victim also provided a video recording of the argument where Davis is said to have thrown a small box directly at her.
Oh, yeah. We see
not his first time. He's been arrested a few times in the past. Story developing according to TMZ Sports.
And there you go. There's the mugshot of the brother right there.
Mm-hmm. Tank Davis, man, he can fight. That's a good fighter, but you don't do that to women, dude. You don't do that.
Yeah, man. As I don't look, they even got video, I think, of him talking with the officer, and that's from 2022 when he was arrested on domestic violence charges.
Yeah.
It's like, don't be doing that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we got an incoming super chat. They'll be showing up here pretty soon. Rafa saying he's heading to Rockport. Luckily, the caca water from the floods is well north.
Sure, dude. The water's brown for a reason. We just say it's dirty water, but nah, man.
It comes from the Mississippi River, right? A lot of the water that goes into the Gulf. But there's other various like small rivers and whatnot that empty into the Gulf of Mexico. But the problem is the way that the current flows. And that's why the water is so brackish, because all that silt coming in from the Mississippi River works its way down to the Texas coast. If it wasn't for that Mississippi River, if they had dammed that up and stopped the flow of the water to a trickle, I bet you the water would clear up and it'd be nice. But it ain't. It ain't nice.
It ain't. No, not at all.
A lot of caca in that water.
Money check coming in from the Drew Show. Says Drew, aka Rod, is always a great tipper. Pre-tipping $10 at a restaurant. Pro tip: it guarantees great service. Although here I am getting shamed for my tips, right, Fernandez? Drew, I heard what he said, Drew, and we love the support of Drew Show. We love the support of Fernandez. I don't think that he was being disrespectful or shaming you. He just disagreed with you. That's the difference right there. But Drew Show, I want to know. I want you in the chat real fast. Answer this question. Your poll vote, your vote. Does the guy Garcia deserve a spot on the Spurs? Two-way or a full roster spot? I wonder what Drew Show needs to say.
Look at that. Rafa Galveston has the worst caca water on the beach. And look at Sam Salinas. And this is true, too. I can agree with this with Sam. Your precious blue waters are just as dirty and have just as much caca in them, if not more. He goes, shit in it.
Oh,
Caca
I
water.
doubt that, dude.
Caca
I
water.
doubt that, man. The blue waters of Jamaica and the blue waters of Barbados, that is clear. You can see your feet. You go down into Galveston Beach, you can't see crap, man. Even the fish look awful.
You don't go and take a stroll to Pleasure Pier, man? You didn't go out there?
What's that?
Oh, come on, Mike. It's a staple out there. It's a pier. It's like a little amusement park, man. You got your Bubba Gub shrimp in the front. And then if you walk down the pier itself, it's like, a small amusement park. They got rides and games and all that kind of stuff down there. It's a cool time to go, especially at night. Everything is all lit up. It looks nice. Just don't get in the water.
Hey, Joe, I need you to take control of the show for a minute. I got somebody at my door.
Gotcha. All right, Mike will be back here in a couple, but we'll just go ahead and continue talking. We're waiting, Drew. They're waiting for Drew to go ahead and vote. Look at the Drew Show replies. He goes, I don't vote on polls. I've already commented. He goes, if it isn't signed to a full contract, Denver, Indiana, he's saying Clippers, some contender is going to give him a full contract. And this is a thing that we were just talking about as well. I agree with you, Drew. If the Spurs don't go ahead and pick him up, and we're talking about Garcia here, he's free to go with another organization, another team. And if the Spurs don't sign him, and then Spurs fans will get a little jaded if they see him balling out, if they see Garcia balling out with another team. So Drew actually replied to your comment. So here he is. See that, Mike? It's true.
McLaughlin guy that they just re-signed the other day, and then this guy goes out and balls out someplace else. They look like complete idiots. It's going to be like, why do you even have a summer league? Why do you have a summer league? Why are you playing the California League and Las Vegas League if you're going to have a guy leading the league in points, and then you're going to kick him off the team because you don't want to give him a contract? You want to give him a two-way? You want to lowball him with a two-way? This guy deserves a full contract because it shows that he's working.
Oh, man, Mike froze. That's that Conroe internet. You know what? Let's gonna get a screenshot right here. Let's take a screenshot of frozen Mike. Oh, just as I was gonna take the screenshot. Mike's greatest take ever, and no one heard it. Yeah, I did see that. I don't know, for some reason he had himself muted. I tried to go ahead and unmute him. It has to be that Spectrum internet, Rafa. I contend with you on that one. I agree. Has to be that Spectrum internet, man, because I know I don't have that issue because I'm using AT&T fiber, not Google fiber. Google fiber is booty crumbs. I've seen the way that they installed it here in the neighborhood, man. It's only like this far underneath the ground with the little piece of asphalt on top of it. That's pulling up here. Somebody's going to cut through that real quick. Mike's cooking too hard. He froze. I will take a screenshot of Mike frozen. I promise you. I'm going to go back and look at the video, and then we'll go ahead and roast him on the X. He says he's in, Hanover Fist says, I'm in Houston right now. My internet's fine. Must be MJ. Probably. It's like cricket internet. Spectrum does suck. I hate Spectrum. I had Spectrum years ago, and I stopped using it, man. Every time somebody would get on, in mass, like here in the neighborhood, everybody getting on at the same time at certain times of the day, especially in the evenings, internet goes out. I hate Spectrum, man. I'd rather have no internet than have Spectrum. My phone's probably better than that Spectrum internet. Freaking DSL, God. I don't even know if people still have that, man. Mike put himself on mute. Have an afternoon delight. Let's see what's up with Mike. I said, did you lose power, dude? Let's see. We'll see what's going on with Mike here. Google Fiber, no mames. Nah, bro. Google Fiber, especially that, man. Technical difficulties. The Perrata internet is the best. Oh, let's see if Mike answers back here. We're trying to figure out what's going on. This is why I said Mike is a Chevy Equinox. Suddenly breaks down. You know what else breaks down a lot? Of Hyundai, bro. Don't ever buy Hyundai, man. Worst mistake you'll ever make. One of my buddies brought one. Drove it off the lot. Not even a week later, engine died and got died on him, dude. I don't even think that thing had like 30,000 miles on it. It was already just a paperweight. Oh, he's going to go fishing in a couple weeks. Nice. User error. Nah, it's not user error here. I think Mike might have him be going through some issues. Let's see what's going on here. Hold on one second. I have no word from Mike, but I'll go ahead and check the hot sheets here. Let's go ahead and check and see what's going on with the Google Voice here. Give me a minute. Somebody's sending us some type of correspondence. Oh, there's Mike. Let's see what he says. Link's not working. He says, let's end the show. All right. I guess that's it then. Yes, Starlink. Mike's DoorDash has arrived. And this is gold right here. Y'all are cooking, my boy. I'm glad you. Look, Sam Salinas says he's heading to Rockport on Sunday. Got a house on the bay with the private pier. Sunrise fishing. Yeah, enjoy it, man. Oh, look, Drew Show says, I got you with the screenshot on the media share. I appreciate you, man. Chica said you're done. MJ a quitter. Yeah, it looks like Mike's internet is out. So we'll go ahead and end the show anyway. We're going to end it around 11:30 because I do have to go and get back to work myself. I have some important updates I got to go ahead and install on my work computer before I go ahead and get into work. I've had the computer running all morning installing these stupid updates. I hate Windows updates with a passion. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you guys here on Monday. Angel just subscribed. Thank you, Angel, for subscribing. We appreciate you. But everybody have a great weekend. Be safe out there. We'll see you boys on Monday. We're out. Peace. Oh, and before we go, I got to play the jingle. I almost forgot to play the jingle.
It's Friday and I'm broke. My check better not be short.
That's right. Your checks better not be short. All right. We'll see you all on Monday. We're out. Peace.